Warning, we are about to spoil the movie. John dies at the end. If you haven't seen the film and plan on watching it, please click away now. But if you have seen the film or don't care, please stick around.
Don't know why we're recording in a trailer. Hey Justin, are you ready to record the
I guess you're wondering why I got this can of gasoline.
Hello everybody and welcome to Cinema Roulette. This movie is interesting. It's really kind of defies classification, doesn't it?
It just goes as cult film. That's probably the best way. I guess comedy and cult film.
Mm-hmm.
I do highly suggest if you are... The best way I can put this is imagine Adult Swim's in-betweeners. Like their little sketches or whatever. And make it into a full-length movie. If that type of humor and weirdness sounds good to you, go see the film before we talk about this. It's honestly something to go through completely blind that's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's, today we're reviewing John Dies at the End.
Man, this title sequence takes forever.
I know, right? Yeah, I don't even know where to start with this film. Again, this is a film best going into blind. So if you haven't seen it, if you're interested in seeing it, I do recommend watching it before you do the podcast. So
it's only like 90 minutes or something,
yeah, it's
right?
normal length, I believe.
Well, normal short length.
Mm-hmm.
God, my mouth is full of saliva today.
I mean, that's a good thing. Yeah, it means you're hydrated.
I'm hydrated as fuck.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so should we just start off with the plot?
Yeah, a lot of people actually say, like, this is hard to follow. I don't think it is. It's just weird.
It's just bizarre. Yeah, like, anyone expecting a normal semblance of a plot just...
I mean, it's pretty simple.
It's not hard to follow. It's just out there, which maybe if people don't like out there stuff, they might zone out. I don't know.
Does he call himself Dave or David? I forget. I'm going to go with Dave.
Yeah, because... and almost all the characters refer to him as Mr. Wong, so...
Yeah. Dave Wong is a, I guess, paranormal hunter.
Yeah, that's what he is.
And he is talking to a reporter in a Chinese shop, trying to get his story out about how paranormal stuff is real.
Yep.
The reporter is played by Paul Giamatti, because Paul Giamatti has been doing whatever he can get after Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, thanks Tim Burton.
Like, honestly, I was talking to my brother about this, and I was like, why is Paul Giamatti in so much weird crap as of late? Because he was in John Dies at the End, Shoot 'Em Up, which are both very odd films.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot 'Em Up less so, but fun action movie. We're going to watch that at some point.
You said that was one of those films where you just go, yeah.
Oh, you just turn off your brain and have a grand old time.
And you're sure it was the Tim Burton one, yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
He plays one of the apes.
Interesting.
Where was I going with this? Oh, because I was talking to my brother that he just goes... Well, it was in Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. I was like, oh, fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
But, okay, David is explaining, and we get well, first we see him and his friend John hunt a meat monster.
Yeah.
It, like, literally made out of multiple types of... A chicken for a head... No, a full turkey.
It was a turkey full of head.
For a head. He had, like, sausages for his toes. It was... Pretty cool practical effect.
Yeah, because, well, it was originally a girl, and she said, oh, I can hear my boyfriend, and he beats me, and then, like, they find out they see different versions of her, and then she just bursts into snakes, and then the snakes turn into the meat monster.
You can see why people think this movie's a bit weird.
Yeah, this is how it starts out, ladies
Don't forget the dick doorknob.
Yeah, so fucking immature.
Again, if you're still on the fence about that, if that didn't sound kind of weird but fun to you, you may not enjoy this film.
Because
you need some immaturity for it.
Yeah, because before this, it just opens with a riddle, a paradox. So.
Oh yeah, that's fun. Look up the intro, and that will probably help you decide if you want to see this movie. Okay, so he's talking to a reporter and goes. He is. Hold on, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. because he talks knowing a lot and how he's on this sauce. It's a drug called wasabi sauce.
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce. Sorry, mixing up.
Wasabi would burn. Jesus.
Well, he said it fucking bites.
Yeah, true.
But it's basically him telling the story of how he got on this sauce and how him and his friend John almost caused the end of the world.
Yeah. Oops.
Basically, he was at a party after graduating high school, and a Jamaican man who was able to like read people's dreams, levitate, and say he knew stuff about the end of the world, had a drug that he apparently gave out called soy sauce, which was this black shit that moves.
Yeah, and then after that, it's kind of referred to in the rest of the film as just the sauce.
Or that black shit.
Yeah.
And we find out that because Dave goes home early, everyone at the party dies except for John, one other missing person who I don't think we're ever referred to.
Well, they say his name. He's like the dude that talks gangsta, yeah.
No, Justin didn't. The cop did not count Justin as survivor.
Okay.
I'm still here. Not this Justin. The movie Justin. Who part of me thinks is based off Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I can see that.
A guy who's completely trying to be cool and isn't.
I can totally see that.
Oh my god, right. He actually looks a lot like Justin Bieber as a person.
That might be the joke. His name's Justin. Okay.
It could be. But John took the sauce and didn't die from it like everyone else, it seems. And it keeps giving Dave kind of phone calls about the future.
Uh-huh.
And Dave also has to take the sauce. Don't yawn into the mic.
Sorry,
I see you.
I was trying to...
Cameron almost knocked over a photo, in case you're wondering. Careful, SpongeBob.
I was trying to turn away from the mic to yawn.
I know, but I wanted to point it out anyway. John is giving Dave cryptic messages of the future. Dave accidentally takes some of the sauce, but needs more to keep up his kind of supernatural abilities, because the sauce likes him, unlike everyone else where it melted their skin off.
Yeah, it's explained by John that, like, if it has no use for you, it just kills you, or something like that.
Which is pretty neato.
Yeah.
So, also that character I mentioned earlier of Justin was infected by these, like, I don't know what to call it, like gnats.
Snaps, something
These
like
alien gnats that want to basically kill the entire world, which John says will take 100 days if they don't stop it. So they have to... they basically... Justin, or...
John.
Shitload is what he wants to call himself, because there's a shitload of him in there. That's so immature, but it makes me laugh.
Right.
Shitload kidnaps John and Dave and tries to get them to open a ghost store, but they kill the cop who was following the case. Kills Justin due to something John did in the past. They go through the door, and it turns out there's an alternate dimension trying to come to us. They are sent in by some mystical TV man called what is it? Makoni, played by Mr. Krabs.
Yes.
Or Maestro from Rainbow Six Siege.
Was he Maestro?
Yes, he's Maestro. I've
He's
told you this
Maestro.
before.
Oh man, Clancy Brown.
Yeah. I was like, no, it was Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six Siege, not Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown's the name of the actor. He's SpongeBob, and he's also known as the Kurgan from Highlander.
I can't believe that's him.
Yeah.
But
he was young in that. You can...
and buff.
Yes.
But they are sent in there to basically set off an LSD bomb, so that way the evil force inside that universe doesn't come into ours. They set... a dog that has been with them the entire time turns out to be the real hero and sacrifices himself to stop the evil, to get the monster super fucking high, and then they go home and become supernatural hunters.
Yeah.
Also, coming back to the present day where he's getting interviewed, it turns out that the man Dave was getting interviewed by was actually a ghost of his own imagination, because spirits will look like how you think they would look.
It's weird how that's explained.
And the actual reporter was killed by whoever doesn't want this stuff getting out.
Yeah.
And that's how the film ends.
Yeah. And they have this little thing, and they're in the post-credits where they're, like, in a different world. It's like, oh, we need your help. And they're like, yeah, let's go home.
They're like, yeah, we're totally going to help you. Let's just go back through the portal, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's great. That's John dies at the end.
That's the quick version.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird shit between the beginning and the end.
There's a lot of weird, like... It's just a bizarre movie, but I love it because of it. And even though it's super strange and very bizarre and very immature at times, it really asks some thought-provoking questions throughout the whole thing. So.
Either that or we're very boring people. These could also be put in the hashtag deep sort of place.
Yes. Like, if you see why is it that there's only one shoe on the side of the road or something like that?
Or how is it when you hear a new word, you hear it again in the next 24 hours?
Yeah. It's, but yeah, I don't know. I thought it does work that in, and it kind of sets it apart because it have that. Honestly, I don't know how to phrase. I was trying to phrase it well, but I didn't. I kind of failed there.
It gets hashtag deep.
It gets hashtag deep is honestly the best way to describe it.
I know some people also don't like the film because it feels like it's trying to be a cult film, and I'm personally fine with that.
Yeah,
because I still have a good time, but I can 100% see where that criticism comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are moments where it's like, oh, see, a cult film wouldn't be totally straightforward like this. It would have this sort of weird moment.
Mm-hmm.
Or this weird joke or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, I actually did look, because we're probably going to move on to characters in a second.
Yeah.
But you said you don't think Dave had been in anything. John dies at the end, the actor. That was his first movie, and he's been doing stuff since, like, 2013. A lot of indie horror films, it looked like.
Good for him. Because I really like him. He does a great job in this.
Oh, there was a good Christmas one. I forget what it's called. I'm going to look it up, but let's move on to the characters.
Yeah, all the characters are done really well. Main character is really well done. Gives a really great performance. And even the side characters are all very memorable in their own right.
Yeah, and everyone has such good delivery.
They do. Everyone, you can tell everyone really put their heart and soul into it. Like, no one's like, oh, I'm in this movie, I'm not going to give my all or something. Everyone gives a great performance.
Oh, the Christmas movie is called All the Creatures Were Stirring.
Okay, that's a good horror movie Christmas title. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
That I love cheesy titles like that. Those make me happy. Okay. But... I should have looked at the actor's name, shouldn't I?
Probably.
God damn it. Just so I don't...
That's fine. You can look that up. We can do a little intermission thing.
No, it shouldn't take long. Come on. Chase Williamson.
Chase Williamson.
I didn't know someone would actually be named Chase.
No, there are people named Chase.
The Helpful Place. No, that's Ace.
I mean, I've known real people named Chase. So.
But yeah, because it's, like I said, it's his first role. He does a great job as playing this kind of... The funny thing about Dave is he quickly gets jaded to the weird shit.
Yeah, like, at first, like, when he first gets injected with the sauce and, like, he's going through this whole thing with John and, like, you know, the thing in the precinct and everything, you tell he's freaked the fuck out by this. But
I think it's after he uses the bratwurst as a phone. I'm going to say that out of context. Fuck you.
Okay, I get it. You could have just told me you're communicating through the air. You didn't have to do that.
I'm going to try to say this without swearing. But
I'll try to explain this without cursing. But the black shit from Planet X that came out from that motherfucker looked like it had grown hair. Did I mention that the stuff was moving? Twitching?
But yeah, Dave just has this fun, deadpan delivery to everything.
Yeah.
And, John especially, whoever plays him, because I'm not looking up the entire cast list. He also just pulls off this kind of douchey, but still like very best friend type of thing. Like when in the beginning when he's saying all the code words.
It's like, yeah, this is code word for this, and it was this ridiculous fucking shit that he was saying.
Tomorrow we kill the president. That means grab me a 6-pack on the way over.
Yeah, and even when everyone does a good job. Yeah, even when John's like freaking out into the house, you can tell he's all crazy and shit. So
yeah, or even Paul Giamatti, who has a very small part, he puts his fucking all into it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
it very much helps ground the weirdness in a way. Mm-hmm. Since everyone takes it so seriously, you kind of get into it. It's like, okay, this is happening.
Yes. Yeah, there's no half-assed performances. Everybody's clearly giving their all here, which helps a lot.
Actually, I know we brought this up. I brought it up last movie episode of Night Vale. This feels like if just a normal person went into Night Vale and had to deal with the crazy.
Yeah,
maybe not as crazy as Night Vale, because Night Vale gets fucking weird.
Oh yeah,
but still, just sort of that a straight man stuck in the absolute weirdest situation.
Yes. Those are always fun. Like that's how you can do a fish out of water story fun. Straight man in a weird ass fucking place.
Yeah, and not just going what all the time, but trying to accept it until it reaches a point where you just have to go, why the fuck? Even Justin, I find that, or Shitload.
Yeah.
I find him hilarious because he talks like this white kid trying to be gangster. Yeah. But it's still supposed to be this intimidating guy.
Yeah. It's like, yo, you trying to gang on me, bro, or something like that.
I know you got a strap, but before you wave that piece around, you better hear me out.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Just fucking straight up shoots him in the head.
I was aiming for his heart.
Yeah. Reminds me of a scene from Firefly where a guy fucking like shoots a gun out of his hand and incapacitates someone, and then someone's just like, that's a hell of a shot, and he just goes, I was aiming for his head.
I love those jokes so much. Segues are weird. The practical effects.
Practical effects are really fucking good in this movie. Like the puppets, like the meat monster was clearly a costume, and then because the thing is, the practical effects are all really well done, and the weird creature shit that happens. CGI not so much at times, but when the practical effects are there, they're really fucking good.
Yeah, the monster designs are just so weird but cool. Like, they still make sense for the most part.
Yeah.
I do think the final, what was his name? Krog?
Something like that. It was a weird fucking Cthulhu-ass name.
It named itself, so I'm going to call it John. No. That was the first name that popped in my mind. I was like, shit, that's the name of a character.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Let's call him Phil.
Phil?
I'm going with it.
I like it. Okay.
Damn.
What?
I was trying to look up the budget of... budget less than $1 million for this movie.
Which is really fucking impressive, honestly.
Yeah, because, besides, I think it's like Crag or Krog.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. But he's just kind of a big tentacle sort of monster at the bottom of a pit. Mm-hmm. Which, compared to everything else, like the spider brain thing in John's house or in the cage, isn't that... Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, right? There's so many deadpan deliveries. I fucking love it. But yeah, or that slug thing and how it wiggles.
Yeah, it's so weird. They puts on his chest and he has like the teeth that go...
Yeah, the best way I can describe it is the vagina teeth.
It really is.
The blood in it is super cool.
Yeah, definitely. It's all practical blood, at least as far as I could tell, so...
Even the... Oh, yeah, like the head explosion of the cop. Well, because his eyes pop first, which is kind of a cheesy effect, but the blood sold it.
Yeah.
And then he's, like, upside down in the car, and his head just bursts because all the gnats are coming out of him.
Oh, it's disgusting. Yeah, and then when they headshot their friend, it, like, splits in half.
Oh, yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
Let me do hand motions for the podcast.
If we were taping it, it'd be fine, but we're not for these ones.
Actually, I forget the name of the podcast. I'm pretty sure I've told you this, though. It's another story podcast. And they're all trying to talk about... They're trying to describe something. And then one of the characters goes, oh, and it looked like this. And it goes silent, and then everyone laughs.
That's true, though.
But... especially for less than $1 million. Justin wants to talk about budgets, but Cameron won't let him because this episode will go on for 6 hours.
Yeah, because we're both obviously very spiteful towards multi-million-dollar movies that just, no need for the budget to be that goddamn big.
Just a reminder, if you like this movie, the newest Avengers was about $400 million, which means we could have had 400 million John dies at the end.
Mm-hmm.
400 John dies at the end, not 400 million of them.
You almost had it.
Yep. I'm on caffeine, can you tell?
Yeah.
But also moving to the CG, yes, it's less than $1 million, so I'm going to give it a pass, but
yeah,
it has that Adult Swim vibe of being cheap for the joke.
You called it the Spy Kids room because it does look like something from
It looks like it's from Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah, it does have that very Robert Rodriguez indie vibe to it.
Or if you remember Spy Kids 2 when they're falling down the volcano, it looks like that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that should bug me more than it does. I guess because... The reason it doesn't bug me is because this film feels like it has a lot of heart put into it.
Yeah.
Heart!
Nice voice crack.
I know. It is based off a book written by apparently David Wong. I don't know if that's a pen name. Mm-hmm. I just know the person originally wrote for Cracked when Cracked was funny. Mm-hmm. Cracked used to have a great YouTube series too called After Hours where they talk about theories and stuff. If you ever get a chance, watch that too. I'm so happy I can recommend other things than watching our show.
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure out how to segue between things.
I mean, obviously, we just kind of implied, but the dialogue's great.
Oh, yeah, dialogue. Again, it's kept pretty grounded. Mm-hmm. But there's some funny reads because it's so serious.
Yeah.
Like the joke we did at the beginning, the fucking cop... The cop wants just the case to go away because he doesn't want to look any more into it.
Yeah, because it's freaking him out too much. He sees all this weird shit happening, so he's like, he probably opened the gateway to hell, and I'm just gonna fucking close it. I'm done with it.
I'm just gonna get rid of all this shit.
Yeah.
And he comes into the trailer where everyone died, and Dave is there to get more of the sauce.
The sauce.
And he just goes, as you're wondering why I got this can of gasoline.
He motions with his finger. It's
a very small motion with his finger, but I don't know, it makes me chuckle every time I see it. Just the dialogue is very well done. It's snappy and, like Cameron said at the beginning, thought-provoking. Mm-hmm. I found this movie randomly on Netflix while just surfing with a friend. I'd like to point out this friend now does a massive amount of weed.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Whoa.
I never finished this thought, as I suddenly realized I was no longer in the trailer.
Dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Snappy, deadpan. Yeah, it's still natural, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think here. I mean, I would talk about side characters, but they aren't developed enough to really go into, but they aren't done poorly in any way.
Because there's this girlfriend who has the missing hand.
And because of Phantom Hand Syndrome, Phantom Limb Syndrome, she's able to open the ghost door.
Because it's Phantom.
Because you see, Phantom is another word for a ghost, and it was a ghost door, so she uses her ghost hand to open the door.
It's a dumb joke, but at the same time, it's kind of clever, so I'm just kind of so torn on it.
It's just another way this film is weird.
Yeah, honestly.
My brain box ain't working so good. This is directed by the guy who did Bubba Hotep as well, which I haven't seen, and Phantasm, which I also haven't seen.
Yeah, I think I might have seen Bubba Hotep once, but I don't remember enough of it.
I just know those are very much cult classics as well.
And one has Bruce Campbell, the king of cult classics, so...
Including a movie called My Name is Bruce. I thought that was okay, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Because it was just him playing himself, a parodied version of himself.
Yeah.
And making fun of how, overhyped his fans are at him.
Yeah. He actually, the whole set of that was in his backyard.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That was entirely made in his backyard?
Not all of it, but most of the biggest set was in his backyard.
Interesting.
Just save money.
Yeah.
I also know behind the scenes, Paul Giamatti just actually really liked the script.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
He says, like, I read the script and it was just so weird and out there. I wanted to be in it.
Yeah, that's so cool.
He wanted to be Marconi, but he got the weird, shaky detective.
Yeah, which she plays really fucking
Or
well.
disheveled.
Yeah,
would be a word.
Disheveled's another good word, yeah, but Clancy Brown got the role of Marconi, which he does really well because he also has kind of a deadpan delivery, too.
He's also just cool.
He is, yeah, like he's like, oh, you want to talk to Marconi? Because the way they get rid of the evil meat monster thing, he's like, Marconi, we meet again, and it just fucking explodes, and he's like, wow, he's good. And like at the end, he's like, he has the phone guy, smiles at the camera, turns around, and walks away. Mm-hmm. He's like, here's a bomb. Probably won't kill him, but it'll fuck his shit up. It'll really fuck his shit up.
Where are we at? Oh.
We're at 29:32.
Damn it, I feel bad. I'm trying to... Because the story, again, is people say it's super complicated, but it's not hard to follow as long as you can look past the weird.
Yeah, pretty much. And it is very out there, like we said. But if you can look past that, you're gonna have a grand old time. So, cinematography's good, honestly.
Yeah, it keeps very much the surreal elements fun. The lighting they do a great job on.
Exactly.
And properly use zoom-ins.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the thing. Until like the really weird CGI comes in, it looks like super professional, the movie. So,
especially when he takes the full dose of the sauce.
Yeah.
And you get that weird cut where he's in the field and the girl is missing the eye. It's just this very beautiful landscape with the like sunset or
trees,
sunrise.
It's like a constant sunset in the background. It's like an orange and gray almost. So.
Yeah, and it's just this open field with a broken house. They know when to like keep it quiet and when to be silly.
Yeah.
Which is
like
nice
bombastic, because a lot of times the audio does like assault the senses. So.
That could also be because we were on 5.1 surround sound.
Well, that too, but you could tell the sound design purposely is made to be really like in your face at times. Mm-hmm. Like especially when he takes the sauce, like all the whispers he hears and like just the
strings being.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was also pretty neato. Mm-hmm. An actual soundtrack this time. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Big Heat really didn't have a soundtrack, but no, this one has a soundtrack that knows when to be bombastic and knows when to, just let it be.
I guess this counts as a horror comedy, but...
Mm-hmm. It does have some horror elements, but it's not really played up to be scary. It's played up to be more weird and surreal. So... You alright?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm trying to words at the moment.
Okay.
My brain didn't want to. But yeah, I'm happy it's able to keep its tone correct. It never goes, unless you really can't deal with gore and humor at the same. Like if you weren't able to get through Zombieland, I'd say you're not gonna make it through this.
Yeah, because this is a very violent movie at times. Very violent movie, and there's a lot of gratuitous violence and nudity, especially towards the end.
Yeah,
just girls with their tits hanging out
when they're in the alternate dimension to make sure, because they're like chosen ones in that universe. When they come completely unclothed to make them feel more comfortable, and John's like, "Yes, this is very helpful."
Yeah, didn't expect it to be a Eyes Wide Shut universe.
That joke is too clever for John.
It is. But yeah, there were some pretty tasty hoots in the end there. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed that.
That was their mom, Cameron.
Shit.
I'd laugh if they actually got like their parents to be one of them.
That would be so fucking awkward.
It'd be funny to me.
Oh my god, that would be so fucking awkward. Because there were men mixed in there too. So
yeah. Well, I mean, they still had loincloths.
Yeah.
Because I think if you had that much lower private area, you get an X rating.
Yeah. Because I mean, all the girls.
But
I don't even think they showed the lower half of the guys. It was all girls with loincloths and their tits hanging out. So
yeah. But that would get an X rating. But having apparently teenagers explode into gore,
having like
that's fine.
Getting shot in the face with shotgun and head splitting open and bees coming out. That's fine.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
The rating system.
That's gonna be a nice long episode.
We'll probably talk about, because I want to talk about the documentary "This Film Is Not Yet Rated," which then we'll probably have a nice long conversation about the rating system.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a fun one.
We need to do documentaries. We don't have any documentaries for next wheel.
Yeah. No, we'll do that at one point.
Yeah. Maybe the next wheel.
Mm-hmm.
We plan so far ahead for no viewers.
I think that's all we have to say on it. Is there anything else you can think of?
I just like finding these types of movies.
Yeah, because when's the last time you heard anyone talk about this film?
Never.
Never.
I found it randomly on Netflix.
Yes, exactly. That's the
like
thing.
when I was in high school.
Yeah, and it's a very good movie. We love this film, and it's just like and again, it's another part of the reason we did this podcast is talk about things no one fucking talks about.
It's by Magnet, who very much release genre pieces from foreign to domestic indie films.
Probably most well known for their horror stuff like ABCs of Death, REC, VHS, stuff like that. So
there's also a good. They're also known for documentaries. They did Jesus Camp and something Sushi Dreams. I'm not sure if you heard.
Are you mixing it up with Sushi Girl?
No, Sushi Dream, or I forget the exact name of it, but it's about like one of the best sushi chefs in Japan. Apparently, it's a very good documentary.
Awesome.
They have a lot of action movies too.
The commercials that we saw at the beginning looked really fucking interesting, honestly.
I love watching trailers.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I saw all these trailers for these more underground movies. I'm like, ooh, these look actually cool.
Also, bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
Since this is less than $1 million, I wonder how much those practical effects cost because they looked really rad.
Yeah, whoever designed those did a really good job.
Yeah, but you have a budget less than $1 million.
Yeah, you can do it, which you can do a lot with, honestly, on a shoestring budget.
Yeah, the CG effects in bigger films cost millions of dollars. Justin is angry. But I think I do want to look more into Magnet. They're kind of like A24, where once I kind of look into what they release and how they give kind of the underdogs at least a platform to distribute on, that makes me like a studio a lot more.
Yeah.
I don't think I got much else.
This might be our shortest episode. I don't know.
No, last one's definitely.
You think Big Heat will be shorter?
Yeah, this is past 30 minutes at least.
Well, Big Heat, we got up to, I think, 40 and a half.
Yeah, but 20 of those minutes is probably cut.
Yeah. We'll find out. It's either this one or Big Heat, so.
There aren't much deeper themes here. Like, there are questions that are kind of fun to think about.
It's
in sort of that stoner way.
It brings up thought-provoking things for you to chew on, but it never really gives answers, really. It just does that to be like, ooh, there's something more to this, maybe.
Which you could take that as oh, that's interesting to think about, or wow, you're trying to be cool, but you're just being pretentious.
Yeah.
Again, this is a movie like where we say we absolutely love it, but I can also 100% see this not working for someone.
It's not a movie. It's not one of those movies where it's really not for everyone.
Yeah, if you like Adult Swim stuff, I'm not talking about Wham City comedy where there is a deeper meaning you can look into. I'm talking probably Tim and Eric would be. Or, I'm trying to think of their live action stuff that only lasts like 2 seasons.
Like what?
I know they have a parody of like Law and Order. It's like called SVU something something something.
Is that the one with clowns?
No, you're thinking
the doctor one.
Yeah, the hospital, children's hospital.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Or something like that, which used to be a web series, and then they were like, "You're good enough." So, because Adult Swim is cool people, and I want to talk about them at some point.
They're awesome.
Well, I'm trying to think. All right, but yeah, they're weird parody shows that usually run like 2 seasons, or Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, if anyone's watched that.
Oh, I remember that title.
Yeah, I think I've told you about it, because that's a fucking funny show.
Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
Yeah, it turns out hell is just an office job for demons, so it's hell for everyone.
That's funny.
But yeah, if you like Adult Swim style humor, you want kind of a short, weird indie flick, this is a good place to start, honestly.
Definitely, yeah. It's a movie kind of unlike anything else I've ever seen. So,
which I hope we can change that, because I love weird shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Not corny bad shit, but just weird and kind of fun, and hits that creative spark sort of thing.
Yes, absolutely. So, definitely highly recommended by us.
Okay. we have
2 movies.
2 movies left. And for future editing, Cameron, before I said 2, I hit start recording in case you want to sync the sound easier.
Getting a bit of acid reflux here, sorry.
I am too, because I took a caffeine pill.
We should probably take some Tums then.
No, I just need to eat something
Okay.
to calm it down. But, okay, we got Fight Club and World's End. I'm personally hoping for Fight Club.
Mm-hmm.
And let's spin the wheel. Yes!
Yay!
It's Fight Club!
Fight Club!
We're so close to the end.
I know.
But yes, next is Fight Club. David Fincher classic.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you know what's a weird thing?
What?
My middle name's actually John. Oh, fuck.